وإسماعيل وإدريس وذا الكفل كل من الصابرين
Okay, it's unnatural as denying that this jacket has a creator. So I'm asking you. You said I don't want to believe in a barrier for me to accepting God is I don't know where He is. But you accept that your jacket has a creator. Now I've asked you. You should now the same argument that is a barrier for the creator should also be a barrier for you accepting that this jacket was designed. So I ask you now, the one who made that jacket, where is he or she?
I don't know.
But there's no barrier. That doesn't mean it's a barrier for you accepting that that's made from knowledge, power, and intent.
Correct.
Okay. So it's not a barrier.
No.
But why is it a barrier for the creator then?
Because these, I would know that someone somewhere has had an input in this. Yeah.
But you know that these things are only products of knowledge. You know just from understanding what is required to make a fly, what is required to make your jacket. You know that knowledge has to be utilized in it.
So my thinking is evolution.
Again, another word. Okay, let's see this. Another word. What is it in evolution that takes you away from this belief in a creator?
Okay, so facts. These are facts.
Okay.
So when you look at where life came from, it could have come from different sources.
Okay, so where did life come from?
If
I want you to look at it.
I understand. If you look at it, it started with atom.
An atom.
And then it went. And we all, atom.
So an atom?
Yes.
How did it become life?
Well, it went through cycles, etc., etc.
So all these are just words. I can say, well, your jacket.
No, but these are facts.
Your jacket started on a sheep's back. It went through cycles.
No, but these are facts, though. No, but it is facts, though, is it?
That's what they've told you.
No. It is a fact because
it's a fact.
If you start from atom, and then you look at what now we are living and what is in the future.
An atom.
No, atom, of course.
Okay.
It's everything revolves around
the atom. How did it become? So it became a human. The atom then became a human.
Right. So
do you mean the single cell? The single cell.
Yeah, but
that's not an atom.
But if you look at beyond that.
Yeah. I'm asking, how did life emerge? How did life emerge?
If you look at actually my is through an atom. However, if you want to because
you want to say atom, okay.
Atom, and then it evolved into single cells, etc.
So the atom evolved. How did the atom evolve?
Because it had energy, and then I'm not a scientist, but
no. This is your barrier.
Yeah.
It's not my barrier. You need to know this because what I'm saying is so innate and so natural, and you're saying this is a barrier for you. So you need to have a strong barrier. You can't just say, well, I'm not a scientist. That means you're following a religion. That means when I say following a religion, I don't include Islam in that. Yeah. I mean a religion of blind following what your forefathers were upon without question. So now because you have some prominent people in our society that have come out and said, well, this proves God. Okay, belief in an atom coming to a human and so on and so forth, as you mentioned. Because they've said this, and they may have prominent positions, you can't just blind follow them. Do you agree?
No. I would test it. Okay. I have never followed anyone in.
So in all of our human experience, have we ever experienced an atom coming into life? Have we ever experienced an atom turn into, for example, a single cell? In all of our experience.
Okay. Single cell. So when you go and actually look at this, okay, not actually a theory, but if you go and see it, how did life form?
So that's what we're asking you.
Yeah.
We feel it's a product of a knowledgeable, powerful, willful creator.
So we go back.
You're saying is matter organized itself blindly?
Yeah, but so now we go back to how did we as human beings come in existence? It's taken millions of years to create. Now your argument is, which it's got to come from some creator.
Look. This jacket, we're going to keep using this jacket. This jacket, yeah?
I understand.
Could it have come about through millions of cause and effect mechanisms with no knowledge involved? No knowledgeable input. There was no knowledgeable agent at all.
No.
Could this jacket have come about from that?
Right. So it's taken billions. Okay, for your argument, it's taken billions of years for knowledge to come through, and someone or a human being that has created this jacket. And when
So knowledge was required, definitely,
correct.
definitely.
And to go further,
could it be
there'll be knowledge.
Could it be matter organizing itself with no knowledge for your jacket?
Knowledge is a problem. It has to have knowledge.
So it has to have knowledge.
Yes.
But I'm saying, is it possible? Would you ever accept that your jacket came about as a product of no knowledge?
No. You have to have knowledge. Knowledge is key.
So again, are you more complex than the jacket or less complex?
Of course.
So then I'm justified in saying that it would require more knowledge to make you.
Yes.
Okay, can you see the argument why it's not your?
No, I can see the argument saying that creating me or any superhuman beings after that, there's got to be some kind of knowledge.
Yes.
That has to go.
Yeah.
We're not superhuman beings, and there will be times where we will be insignificant. There will be
So far, I'm justified in saying that you have a knowledgeable creator, and any barriers are not really barriers. And those barriers, they would, if you was to uphold them barriers and be consistent with them, you'd have to also be consistent and say, well, your jacket could have come about with matter organizing itself, no knowledge.
Knowledge is key. Yes.
So this is all we're saying. That you can see now, this is why we see that these are the signs, all around us is signs. All of these things point to a knowledgeable creator. So now I'm going to ask you again, do we now know there's a knowledgeable creator? Follow your reason, don't blind follow what they told you.
No.
Follow your reason.
You have a strong argument saying there is there is a creator.
And there's a higher knowledge, yeah.
There is, but my issue is, and this is where is I don't know about others, but for me, my issue is if I don't see that there is.
Going back to see again. You know what? I'm going to ask you next.
Yeah, you're going to go back to the.
Can I just say something? Because I've been listening to you for a while now.
Yeah.
I feel like the barrier that you have is, if I can give an analogy.
Yeah.
Suppose you were born in a jungle.
Yeah.
A bit like that jungle king. Was it jungle?
Mowgli, whatever.
Mowgli, Mowgli. And you've never seen your parents.
Yeah.
You're like a 1-year-old. You've never seen your parents, right? You've grown up. As you've grown up, you've developed your intellect. And then you later ask yourself, okay, where did I come from?
Yes.
Now, out of necessity, you must have had parents.
Yeah.
Right? Because we're privy to that now. Right? So you go, okay, out of necessity, I had parents. But where I think he's having a barrier is he needs to also have some communication from someone saying, right, I'm your parent. That's where I feel like, because you've accepted everything else.
Problem.
That's where I think the barrier is.
This is where
he wants us two things at the same time.
Yeah.
The communication, i.e. the Quran, and
I feel that even before that, he needs to understand that there's a creator, because if you don't understand there's a creator, then when
we agree. There is going to be someone. Now, I called it energy, but you called it, no, it's not energy.
But why did I say that? Why did I say that?
Because, yes.
So my arguments for saying that, were they acceptable?
Yeah. So because I don't understand the creator, I put it down as energy.
No, but we understand.
No, I'm just saying, from my point of view.
No, but I've already dealt with that.
If you don't agree with him about what he's saying, energy, you can go, you have to understand why he's saying it.
No, he explained. I
Because
understand.
energy doesn't have knowledge. You have to agree. If you don't agree,
Energy doesn't have knowledge.
if you don't agree,
I understand what he's saying.
yeah, exactly.
That the creator has knowledge.
Yeah, but
And
you
what
keep
I'm
saying energy.
Yes, yes, that's what I'm saying to explain to
Does
you.
that mean
Yeah,
we can't?
No knowledge. Energy, when you say energy, it
Yeah.
means no knowledge.
Right.
And I asked you about it, can it just be energy for your jacket? No, there has to be knowledge.
But before we go further, you have to sit and agree or not.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
it doesn't agree,
Then we can't move
we
forward.
can't move forward.
Okay.
Because you keep saying energy again.
So, okay. Let's.
I'm just saying,
No.
let's get agreement.
Let's take that there is someone who's knowledgeable and higher than me. Okay?
Yes.
And it's got to be.
Yeah.
And I agree with that. There's got to be someone that is higher than me.
Yeah.
Because I'm not infinite knowledgeable, and I'm normal like you and you guys, but I respect that. So, okay, let's go. That I agree with you that there is a higher I won't call it energy.
Yeah.
Knowledge equals
Creator.
creator.
Yeah. Okay.
I agree with that.
Okay. So now, and we also agree that we take benefit from this knowledge of the Creator.
Yes, we have.
Yeah. Okay. And
Because what we
yeah,
can see it, yeah.
we see our eyes, our hearing, our lives, all of these things we're benefiting.
Yeah, yeah.
So now we've reached a stage where we are grateful and in need of this Creator.
Okay.
We are in need for our existence is in need of Him, and we are grateful for the life we have. We are grateful for the society we have, and so on and so forth. Now what we have, and we need to mention another thing, because what we've said so far is a kind of intellectual argument. Okay. Before any of that, we have what's known as a fitra, the natural disposition. So naturally, before you read any book on atheism or anything, you had inside you a natural kind of hardwiring, coding, pointing you to some supreme creator. And if you look in every society, well, the majority of societies, you'll see every society has this concept of a supreme creator, but then they invent stuff like ancestor worship or celestial body worship just to get to that creator. But if you look, whether it's India, whether it's China, whether it's Africa, whether it's Europe, they all have this supreme creator. This shows you that it's natural and innate between all of them. Yeah. So
That question has been asked by millions of people. Yes.
yeah. So we can see that this is a natural thing. Now we see the third point. So now we see the third point is that we have men who've come and they said that we have been selected by this creator and we have a message. And this message is from your creator, the same one who gave you your natural inclination and the same one who gave you your intellect. So now we can understand which religion is which. This message should be in line with and also give further details to this natural disposition and this sound intellect. So now when we look at all of the different beliefs, if we was to say now that look at the concepts of belief in all of these different messages from different people, because somebody can claim to be received revelation from God, it could be lying, it could be telling the truth. So we need to know which one is correct. So we can see now, firstly from the get-go, whatever one comes with a belief that is opposed to that natural belief, saying that, for example, you have a natural belief that God is the Most High, you rationally understand that God is all knowledgeable, all powerful, but yet He was a man that didn't know stuff. Hang on, if this is all for my natural disposition and my intellect is from the Creator, and you're saying this message is from the Creator, but yet they're in contradiction, that they're completely in opposition, then how can that be from the same source? Rather, what you'll see is that the message of the messengers, the real messages from God, it would have to be in line with the natural disposition, the sound intellect, and give further details that are beyond our knowledge. Okay? Now, let's look at the concept of God in Islam. What does the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, who claimed to be the last of a series of messengers, all coming with the same message, that you have a creator who's giving you a life, who's giving you a hearing, who's giving you a seeing, and so for his actions that he's done for you, your reaction to that should be that you submit to him in the way that he wants. Now this is the message of the Prophet. Just barakallahu fikum. What, take it or? No, go on. Barakallahu fikum. Yeah. So this is.
So I accept that Muhammad came with the message from God.
Yeah.
Okay. My question again is the interpretation for that message could be corrupted.
Okay. So do we accept that Muhammad is a prophet of God?
Okay. So I accept Muhammad, be peace upon him, came with a message. He gave it to humanity.
Yeah.
However,
do we still have that message?
However, my question is that a lot of people have interpreted it differently, totally differently.
Yeah.
So the way the message came back is the tenets of Islam. I probably agree.
Yeah.
Okay. But the practice of Islam, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that every Muslim here or anywhere else, even when I come and listen to some of the arguments here, Christianity, Judaism, Islam, my question is, why is it so much different? Correct. No, not only differing, but also an insult.
Yeah.
And if you truly believe in Islam, the Creator. Some of the things, even Muslims, some of the things that they come out with, I'm questioning.
Okay.
I'm saying, hold on, should you be saying this sort of thing to each other? To each other,
So what I've got from you is kind of 2 points. Firstly, do we accept that Muhammad is a prophet?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Like you said, there is other prophecies within.
Yeah.
Okay.
We accept, now, do we have his final teaching? And secondly, the actions of Muslims. So these are 2 things. But firstly, okay, let's deal with the preservation of the message of Muhammad, peace be upon him, and what was his actual claim. Because I get the feeling that you believe he's a prophet, but you believe that many other people that came after him were prophets as well, or it's possible. Okay.
My question, my thing is, first question I asked, who is a true Muslim? You remember?
Yeah.
Who's a true Muslim?
And what did I say?
You said there's different.
No, I said you can say it 2 ways. A true Muslim is the one who upholds the 5 pillars of Islam.
Yes.
Or you can say that true Muslim is the one who follows what the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and his companions were upon.
Okay.
And there's no difference.
So my question again comes back, is some of the things I hear here, even outside or anything, in the name of Islam.
Yeah. So we say now.
And so they could go to the 5 pillars.
Yeah.
They could go and do Hajj. They can do
all these things, but they may do other stuff that is evil or something like that.
So when I look, when I see, when I hear, okay, they call themselves Muslims.
Yeah.
Some of the people are not Muslims.
Okay.
In the true sense of the word.
Okay.
So who's a true? My question is, who's a true Muslim?
So what we say firstly, are we saying now that we accept that Muhammad is a prophet?
I accept.
So the difference between me and you is what?
Probably none.
So you are Muslim now?
Okay, if I agree, like I said to you first,
Yeah.
I have respect. Personally, I have respect.
I want to know.
For hold on.
Yeah.
I have respect for all religions. I will never criticize any religion or any belief or any individual, because at the end of the day, if you believe in the Creator, from your if you believe in the Creator, which is pure truth, which is pure truth,
Yeah.
then for me to create say Islam or Judaism or Buddhism, or to say something against them is not in line. Hold on, is not in line.
I don't think that's correct.
Okay,
No.
I'm just saying, because what the Creator will say. Okay, if the Day of Judgment for me, if I say, who are you? What did you do? How? What right? I'll give you the. What right gave you? What right have I got to criticize this guy, this person? Who gave you that authority to criticize that man?
Let me explain now. So basically, with regards to the first pillar of our belief, is a statement that there is none worthy of worship in truth except Allah. So we're making a statement that we're negating any kind of concept of God that is a God of like a tree. God was a man. Hang on, hear my point. So we've already, by definition, when we're trying to understand this Creator and who He is, we've negated the other things already. We know that I'm not your Creator. So a religion that comes along and says that I am your God, you need to worship me, by definition, if you accept that the argument we mentioned earlier, you have to negate what I've said. Hang on, hear my point. So it's 2 things. It's a negation with an exception and an affirmation. So we say, if you hear what we're saying, that there is no deity worthy of worship in truth except Allah. So we've negated everything, all of the other forms of worship to other than this Creator, and the only exception to the true worship that is worthy of true worship. Hear my point. Hear my point. The only exception to this is this Creator. Now, if you accept that this Creator alone is the only one that created us, by definition, you must negate that, hang on, you can't put, and I'll give you an example of your mother, you can't put somebody who's the shopkeeper down the end of your road. Do you massage your mother's feet? If you massage your mother's feet, you're not going to go massage the shopkeeper's feet and neglect your mother. You're going to put things in order. Your mother raised you for X amount of years. Let me just hear this point. The mother raised you for X amount of years. She fed you, she clothed you, she nurtured you, she educated you, gave you all of these things that shaped you to the man that you are now. And now when you turn 18, you get your own house, you get your own car, you don't phone her, you don't check up on her, you don't do no shopping for her, you forget about her, but now you fall in love with one woman, another woman, you're just doing this for her, that for her, you just literally...
That happens.
That happens. It happens. You forget so what happened? You've taken the priorities, you've taken it from your mother, and you've given it to something lesser than your mother. Okay? So what we say is that if you was to do this thing, that would be wrong. And now it wouldn't be evil of you to say, no, you haven't put things in the correct place. So what we're doing is we're saying God is, we're putting things in our order. God is our creator. Nothing else is on his level.
Right.
And anything that claims to be on his level, we reject. So by definition, we have to affirm him alone as the only exception, and reject all other things. So when we say...
This is where my problem is, okay? We accept Muhammad, I accept the creator. The interpretation of the creator and me, and the way, because if I truly believe in the creator, and I accept that there is a creator, which we are arguing, right? I need to have my own strong belief to follow the messenger, and I cannot take his or anyone else's interpretation. That is personal. That is personal to me.
There's a way to understand what you're saying.
That is personal to me, and I would not make judgment on any particular one, because my belief is to the right path. If something is wrong, I have to point, and I have to stand up and say that is wrong. If that is, no matter who it is, I will stand up for the truth.
So you would say things are wrong then?
Sorry?
So we can't criticize when things are wrong?
No, I will say the truth. If I see with my eyes that is wrong, I will, no matter you or anyone else, I will stand up for the truth.
Can I just share one wise saying that we learned as Muslims?
Yes.
That the people used to ask about the good. Yeah, people used to ask about good things.
Yes.
About the truth, about what is good. But there was one companion of the Prophet, peace be upon him, who used to ask about the bad.
Yes.
And why did he ask about the bad? Because if he only knew the good,
that's
he
right.
would fall into. He could
No,
still
but
fall
if
into. Hear my point. So now, when we say that we're only just going to affirm the Creator and we're going to only affirm by definition, by doing that, we also have to do what comes with that, and that is by also rejecting. Now, a man that comes and says, "I am your God, I'm your Creator." If I affirm that, hang on, I affirm that there is only one Creator, I have to reject him. So you have to say, now
yes, I agree.
Yeah.
So this concept of,
Negation and
no. The concept of creating gods. Some people have created gods, put them on pedestals, etc., etc. I'm uncomfortable with that.
You're
uncomfortable.
I'm comfortable with it. Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay, I'm a messiah. So there could be lots of these people. I would take at their face value, and again, but I would not criticize that particular one. I know in my heart, I know in my heart that's wrong. Okay? I'll call them out. If someone argues with me, I'll call out. Say,
So you will call them out?
Of course I will. Because I do not see, and I'll give a reason behind
But
it.
with good manners and good reasoning and knowledge,
I will give the reasons why I would
absolutely
reject that.
Absolutely.
But I would never ever, I will show them the way, this is wrong. These are the reasons. However, if you want to follow that path, your choice. Go.
You be onto your way, we be onto ours.
Correct.
This is exactly what it says in the
Correct.
Quran.
Correct.
But we could give
However,
you, we could convey,
I will follow the truth in my heart. What it is true, I will follow that.
and we can convey the truth. We can, with the
Always
best of manners.
that's why I've been taught.
Yeah.
Always stand up for your rights, but be strong and go. No matter who it is.
Yeah.
You know, if it's the government, if they're wrong, call them out. If it's individual, call them out. That's the
Speak the truth. Speak the truth.
Absolutely.
Okay.
100%.
So what we would say,
and not only to speak the truth, but also from your mind. I say good things now. Behind my back, I'm the most evilest sod going. I beat my wife up. I do this. I do that. That's not something that
It starts from your house.
Yeah, from my parents.
Exactly.
How they brought me up. What values they put in.
your creator, then your parents, and then after.
This is it. So I think we agree.
We agree.
Just
go back to the question that you mentioned earlier.
The
question you mentioned earlier. How do we get to the original teaching of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him? Because you mentioned this and we didn't address it. So
I haven't, to be honest with you,
Yeah.
I haven't read the Quran, okay?
That's fine.
So,
That's fine.
so I wouldn't know what his teachings are.
That's
okay?
fine.
So I cannot
I'll tell you something.
put an argument for or against, but I will never, like I said, I will never criticize any book, whether it be Quran,
I'll just give
Bible.
you.
I don't know.
Yeah.
So how can I criticize something
I
I
just
don't
need to show
know?
you a bit of the Prophet's teaching. No, Mazel. Yeah,
Hey, listen, you guys.
What's your name?
Mayur.
Huh?
Mayur.
Mayur.
Yes.
Anwar.
Anwar.
Please,
Lovely.
if you're still around in about, I need to go and pray.
No. You listen. It's your duty, and
Would you come?
pray with your good heart,
Of course.
okay? Because
And you too.
hey, listen.
You know, can you do me this? Ask the Creator.
We
Look at this.
have-
We've established it as a Creator.
Yes.
Do this thing for me. Any academic discussion or any of these discussions, it's just sharing of data. Hear this point. But this discussion that we're having is the most of utmost importance, more important than any other subject in the world. Okay. Now, what you do, please, this Creator, you can do it in your heart. From your heart, sincerely ask Him, guide me to the truth, wherever it is.
You know what? You know
Yeah.
what? You know, this is my belief.
Yeah.
We've already done that. That's why you're here.
Whether because knowledge is thirst. Every human being asks the question: who am I? Where am I going?
Natural inclination.
Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah.
When you go to sleep, right? This is happened to me. So when you go to sleep with the pure thought process, right? No watching television or doing this or commercial.
Clear mind.
Clear pondering.
100%. Or you go to somewhere and you're with one, whether you go sleep or you're in a desert or you're by yourself. It has to be by yourself. Okay? And you call it whatever, meditate. Or you go in. If you're the honest person in your heart is clean, you will see something in your brain that will say, hold on, and you get answers to a lot of your questions. And guess what there comes from? There comes from somewhere.
Yeah. But
And
look at this.
It gives you
Now we've established that this Creator is knowledgeable and has will and has agent and wants to hear this. Now we've established this. Now we can now interact because we know it's a person that can comprehend.
This happened to me. That's what I'm saying.
So it's happened to you.
Of course.
So do this again. Ask the Creator to guide you to the truth wherever it is. Oh, sorry.
And don't worry.
Yeah.
But when you pray, with your open heart, clean heart. No,
We say when we pray.
no.
Look, just to finish on one thing that the Prophet peace be upon him said, because I've got to go, but I really want to hear this. Our Prophet peace be upon him, he came with the Quran, and the Quran was the speech of Allah. Read the first chapter of the Quran. If you're still around, I'm going to get a Quran for you here, because some brother's going to have one. Hear this, please.
I will.
The opening chapter of the Quran. All praise is due to Allah, the Creator of the heavens and the earth. The heavens, the world. Hang on.
Reason. No, you got to go.
No. Hear this. In that prayer, to summarize, in that prayer, we ask that God guides us, ihdina sirat al-mustaqim, guide us to the straight path. And we ask this 5 times a day.
Yeah.
Not the path of those who have earned your anger by knowing the truth but not following it, and neither those who have been misguided by having good intention but not following it.
And do you know why in the Quran it says 5 times pray?
It's more than 5.
Are you going to give tafsir now?
No.
Yeah, go on. Yeah, you go.
No, I'm not. I am not here, guys.
Yeah.
Because every step you take, this is my belief, okay? I'm not Muslim. Every step you take, your mind is asking you to focus. When you go and pray there with a clean heart, you're focusing. You're focusing. Those who don't focus and preach,
There was no benefit. Yeah, it's true.
you see?
It's true.
So when you 5 times, what did I do just now? And you must focus.
I'd love to finish this discussion.
No, listen,
Yeah,
you focus. What did I do? So question. How was I following the right path? That's what you do right now when you pray.
Yeah.
So good luck to
Can you
you.
do me, I want to speak to you again after I pray.
Hey,
Are you here for a while?
I'm going. Listen,
I need
all
to
the
give
best,
my
man.
Quran. Can you take my contact?
Listen. Believe me, we had a good discussion. Leave it at that. Because I tell you why. I tell you why.
I'll leave it to Allah with you.
Yeah, I tell you why.
Yeah.
Because if you are a good spirited person, we call Allah, Creator. Like you said, when it comes to judgment, and I know the deeds I do today, now 2 steps down, I will hear the consequences, suffer the consequences. So pray nicely.
You too. And I'll leave you for Allah. In some days, inshallah.
But anyway, it's lovely. Okay.